Hi, I'm Bob Paff. The title of my book, Communicating to Win and Life, Love, and Business, is really talks about what I think the biggest problem facing us today, no matter if we're talking about politics or religion or interpersonal relationships. It's really my notion, based on experience, that we don't communicate effectively. We don't talk about the things that we want. We don't talk about the things that we need. We don't talk about problems. We don't talk about issues. We bury them. And so I really thought it was time to focus on that and, put it down on paper and really deal with my own life experiences, because it's easy to say, what do you know? Where does this come from? But it's really opening myself up and exposing myself and, I think utilizing my personal experiences. So I had an appearance back in December on the Steve Harvey show, and probably one of the most memorable moments from that show is when Steve asked me the question, riveting question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this question, but reflect on it. He looked at me and he said, Bob, what are the three most important things in your life? I said, my family, my faith, and my failures. And what stopped him in his tracks was the failures. And I said, Steve, we all get knocked down. But if you get knocked down 7 times, what has to happen? You have to get up 8. And it's those failures that have been the greatest lessons in my life. We all have failures, and it's the tragedies in our lives that will define us or destroy us. You can go either way. And so you need to decide where you're going to come down, where you're going to fall. For me, it was the failure of 2 marriages. It was and it is watching children, and I have 6, watching children make mistakes, watching children suffer, sometimes needlessly, hoping that they'll learn the lessons from those failures. But unless we embrace that failure, and I mean embrace that failure, I mean be willing to open yourself up, to help yourself, to help others, to expose yourself in a constructive way, then all the pain is lost. It's useless. It's no good. It just hurt is all it did. And there's nothing to be learned, nothing to be gained from that. You know the expression, if we don't learn from history, we're destined to repeat it. So if you want to go down this road and, failed relationship after failed relationship, the definition of insanity is to, do the same thing and expect different results, then that's what's going to happen in your life. And you're going to wake up one day and you're going to look back when we go through the age of generativity versus despair, when you look at Erickson's 8 stages of man, and you reflect back on your life and you say, was it worth it? Whether or not it's where you thought you would be. Listen, this is not where I thought I would be. And perhaps that's shocking. I did not think as a 53-year-old man that I would be, now on the other side of 2 failed marriages. I was the guy with the picket fence, the white picket fence and the dog and the kids and Sunday dinners and holidays and all those things. But as you know, life throws us curves, some more than others. And it's what you do with the things that life throws at you that will impact your life and the lives of those around you the most. And so what do you do with it? What do you do with the pain? What do you do with the failure? You almost need to celebrate it. You need to acknowledge it. You need to put it out there. Because if you don't put it out there, you really can't deal with it effectively. You need to take time. You need to reflect. When my second marriage ended, for me, I needed time and I needed space. And I didn't, as a single father now, I didn't date for 2 years. And it wasn't that I set that time limit on myself, that was the requisite amount of time that needed to go by, but it was time for me to work on myself. When things happen to us, we can't always explain why. And think about it. You're in an elevator and you meet a celebrity, or you meet a local civic leader that you've always been impressed by or always wanted to meet. And you have to, when those things happen to us, they happen to all of us, that's when you have to be present, be aware, be in the moment, and not really understand. You see, folks, it's all a puzzle. Life's a puzzle. Shakespeare said, it's all a stage. This is a stage that we're on. But it's all about putting pieces together, connecting the dots, whatever you want to say. And unless we do that, unless we're willing to expose ourselves and expose our pain, then there's no growth. And without growth, there's no hope.